Good morning, traders. It is Saturday, and that means it's time for my weekly performance summary for Saturday, the week ending November 15, 2025. And of course, I'm your host, Jason Allen, at netwinningtrader.com. And for you new listeners, people that haven't heard me speak before, or maybe are new to both this weekly performance broadcast or my daily podcast called Traders Daily Discipline. If you're brand new to all that, I want to encourage you to make some time in your schedule over the next couple of days or so and check out the material that I've got at my website, netwinningtrader.com. I think you'll be surprised at where I take a lot of the insights that people take for granted when it comes to trading. You may not know this if you're new to this business, but it is a risk investment, and the risk is not to be taken lightly. The fact of the matter is 85%, roughly 85% of everybody with a trading account open will close that account at a net loss. Some people big losses, some people small losses, but that's the numbers. And what does that mean? Well, that means you have next to no chance of winning, and I appreciate you thinking you can win, but most likely you won't. And that has nothing to do with the opportunity in the markets or how smart you are or how committed you are. It has to do with, for the most part, you're being lied to every day you're involved in this business by well-meaning people who just are in a delusional fog, but they sound credible. And then there's other people who are outright lying to you. I mean, full on go to hell lying to you. Those people are a little harder to spot, but I'll be happy to point out a few to them if you want. Be happy to show you who some of those people are. And then there's people like me who, believe it or not, are straight up 100% the real thing. And all I ask is that you listen to what I have to say and explore it to see if it's right for you. Now, I know that for the most part, everybody listening doesn't believe that. So that's okay. That's why I want you to make it a point to come regularly. If you come to this broadcast regularly every Saturday, you're going to see over time that I know exactly what I'm doing and that I make money all the time. If you go to netwinningtrader.com, there's plenty of free stuff there to get you started. But if you buy a lifetime membership to netwinningtrader.com and begin using those protocols, and of course working with me directly if you like, I think what you're going to find is that you're really on the right track at that point. There's no reason for you to have to lose, but if you choose to stay on the wrong path, you're gonna lose. That's just the numbers, and that's not my opinion. Go look it up yourself if you want. And those numbers have never changed. And I want you to ask yourself, why is that? Well, I can show you all that too. And under netwinningtrader.com, I can show you exactly why people can't make money using all the stuff you think you can make money with. So I'm saying all that, telling you there's a risk, taking a minute or two just to kind of open your eyes to the reality of what we're dealing with here. I want to show you how well I did for the week, and then we'll go from there. So, getting started, I like to start with the uh, numbers, what I call the closed trade numbers. And this is really important that you understand. Closed trades are really the only ones that count. Because putting positions on, everybody, this is another problem that people have in this business. They think where they get in is a huge, huge thing. And that's actually the least important part. The most important part of any trade is the liquidation point. It's where you get out. Where you get out determines how well you're going to do net. So you need to be concerned with managing your exits. And this week, we did some closed trades that produced some nice gains. Now, if you come regularly, you'll see this. Positions are on. I hold them as long as I can. The systemized approach puts positions on. I hold them as long as I can. And sometimes they're all liquidated. And we're left holding next to nothing. and the whole process starts over. In that time frame, I'll have losing trades and losing trades and losing trades kind of pile up while we're all holding the winners. And then when the winners are taken off, boom, big net gain. And it covers all our losses, new high equity. And that's basically what happened this week. So I had a total of 10 long trades, a total of 8 short trades for 18 trades closed. We had 82.8 pips lost on the long trades. I had 37.3 pips lost on the short trades. For total pips lost, 119.5. On the winning side, 8 wins from the long side, 7 wins from the short side. Total pips 846.7. Subtract out our losers of 119. Total net gain for the week 727.2. And for those of you who've been following along since I started doing this a couple of months ago, you'll notice that that's a new high in equity. So if you're not making a new high in equity regularly, maybe you could have a look at what I've got to offer you and see if it might be something of value to you. So let's go ahead and look at what we're holding. So we talk about holding open trades. These are trades that I haven't liquidated yet, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of them. Pounds were flat. Euro, I've got a long position on from 1622, which is even, and then I've got a short position on from 1644. So what's happening in euro is exactly what's supposed to happen from the price agnostic protocols that I teach, which is we don't care which way the market goes. We just care that we have the position on that will work the best when the market goes. So we usually have both sides of a position on at some point because one side is working, the other side comes on, we treat that independently. Sometimes we got both sides on at the same time. So if euro makes a 100-point move from here to the upside, the short will come off at a loss, and the euro will make money on the long side for a net gain over the course of the time we have it. That process goes on all day, every week, every month, every year for some pretty nice gains. So you want to learn how to use that protocol, I'll teach you how to use it. If you're not interested in that, but you do like the signal generator, because some people, again, are absolutely hung up on the idea of getting in. Where you get in can be important, yes. It's not the critical thing, but it can be important. So you want a good systemized approach that gives you quality entries, but again, it's not your entry that makes it different, it's your exit. Yen, we are flat yen, and we are also flat Canada. Total open trade equity at this point, 22 pips. Nothing to write home about, but so far we're on the right side of euro. If we look at how we did per market, briefly, I'll go right ahead and walk you through these guys right here one at a time. This is our position in pounds. Now, for the sake of sizing, I couldn't go all the way back to last Wednesday and show you how we bought our systemized approach, the signal generator, the Pro Traders Toolbox, bought the low print for the week on Wednesday. That's what this green bar is right here. And then we added to it Friday. That's what this green bar is here. So we're long, right, coming up into the start of the week. And here's our exit point right here. So long didn't work. Well, it worked. I mean, we made money, but we're not in it still. And of course, I bought the pullback on these signals that just barely worked to this point here. So little bit of money made. Missed the stop here. When the stop was down here, we missed it by a pip or two when it was in this area. But then we rolled it as the market gave it back to us, and we held it, and but got stopped out when the market came back on the way down. In other words, here, this is the price point, but you can see we were holding it all the way up into here and actually bought more right there as we cleared the previous week's high resistance. We bought more. Market came back down and tagged me out at this price here for a scratch between the two. The long side that won and the long side that lost, that was a scratch. Um, Again, really not doing so well from the long side after getting taken out at this gain. Um, Hard to see. There was another long in here that was out right here. It's basically a scratch. And then we did try buying again near the close. That didn't work. So we have, for the most part, uh, scratch twice, one winner, one loser, two winners is basically how it worked in pounds. And that's where most of the action was. What you're going to see next is like nothing, almost nothing happened other than getting stopped out for a gain. So we look at the next pair, euro, long from last week. Here's the entry point here, and then we added to it on Friday. This little signal here, the sell side, this was present on the uh, presentation or analysis package, but that signal here didn't happen on the execution platform. See, I don't execute from the charts like you guys do, or some of you do. I use this system, Trade Navigator, to do my management of positions and follow along in real time. And then I have the actual software that executes into the market, which is MT4 in this case. The automation is running on MT4. So occasionally MT4 will have a signal that Trade Navigator doesn't, and Navigator will have a signal that MT4 doesn't, and that's largely due to things like open, high, low, close, and the number of bars, and where one or two bars might have a different low or open or a high or something, and that will cause the algorithm to fire on one platform but not the other. So that happens pretty regular. But in any case, as you can see, had no short side on as the market continued to climb, and then put it on right here at the high for the week. There was another X reversal, right? We're still holding that one. And then where it says out right here, that has to do with the uh, liquidation point of the longs under here, right? The longs from underneath were liquidated at a nice gain. And then the next gain, or the next position you see on, is this one, which is the one we're holding right now overnight into the weekend. So we had trades come off from the long side. I bought it again because of these buy signals here, but we were taken out on the uh, just the regular exit price levels, holding an open trade gain net between the two. Yen looks a little busier, but it really wasn't. The same basic issue. Came in long from here, and then you can't see the volatility off screen, but got taken out here on that long. Went short here, came down to the buy point, but we didn't have a big enough long position yet. Uh, but I took that as an independent trade um, right here. As the market rallied, we were taken out on this X reversal. Another one came on here. Actually, this price 54.64 here. That price was actually taken to break even right here. So this thing here should be here roughly. Um, Personally, I just forgot to move it when I was getting ready. So that out there actually is out here at break even. Sold it again here, missed the stop up here, rolled the stop to break even here, got taken out. It's a bad beat. Look at this. That short would have still been working, but it was taken out. I put it back on here and then wrote it down to here, took it off um, as it got, well, when it went under the 200 bar after being on for less than an hour, I'm like, that's just volatility. So I'm taking it off. So I did. Um, and we're flat for the weekend. So it looks like there's more going on, but there really isn't. So this long down here, out with a small gain here. This short here, break even. Short from above the market, bad beat, got taken out on my price instead of holding it. And then one more try from the long side, didn't work. We were taken out on the way down too. So that's that on yen. Canada, boring. Canada's really boring. I don't even know why I traded anymore, really, if the truth were told. But anyway, here it is. Short positions, we had two on from last week. Here they are. And then roll the stop all the way down to 140.20. It's right here. And that's where we got out on the long side. We did put the long side on right here and missed the stop here, missed the stop here and here, and then got taken out right there from the long side. So I was holding shorts and toying with the idea of putting more on, and then waited for the next signal, which didn't come. In other words, I was waiting to sell on here, this area here, if we got a signal. Instead, the market rallied right up through that area into my buy stop, took me out and put me flat, and then this signal here came on late in the day on Friday, I think on the last bar. So this one we did not take. So we're not anything. We have nothing on in Canada at all right now. And that's it for charts. Kind of boring if you ask me. But anyway, thanks for coming, guys. I'll be posting my performance for the week every Saturday. So if you want to come back next Saturday and have a look, please do. I want to say this. This is very important. If you consider yourself a serious trader, which I hope you do, and you're looking for serious tools, things that can really help you excel, it should be pretty clear that I've got at least an idea of what that is. And pulling big money out of the market isn't that hard. So if you're interested in getting new tools or learning how to use the tools that you do trust now, I think you need to visit netwinningtrader.com. It is one of the best tools you'll find in your toolbox in terms of education, training on how to think. Psychology of trading is very important. Tools to assist you in creating edges. Edges to use. If you want to use the edges, I got them right there. All you have to do is ask for them. If you like the Pro Traders Toolbox entry signals, those algorithms are on there too. You can take them home, program into your own software. If you're running MT4 or MT5, or if you're running any of the other accepted Forex platforms, all those will accept EAs or electronic assistants. You might have to hire someone to write it for you if you don't know how to write them, but the algorithms are there and you can have them. They're included in the price. So please come to netwinningtrader.com. Plus, there's a lot of other stuff there too. Free broadcast, if you're interested in it, is the Traders Daily Discipline. You can sign up at the link provided below on the link there. That's included in I think it's on the YouTube side. Or you can go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts and just search netwinningtrader.com or search Traders Daily Discipline. Either one of them will bring you up to the site, and you can hit the subscribe button right there. It's free. I don't charge for it. But it's an educational process, an inspirational, kind of minute or two to get your day started, because we need to remember some important things every day. And I want to make it the best 5 to 8 minutes start to your day that I can give you. So if you like it, feel free and let me know what you think. You're welcome to send me some feedback if you like. So that's it for today's stuff. I'll see you on Monday, the 17th, as we head into the end of the month. Monday the 17th for Traders Daily Discipline. In between now and next Saturday, I'll wish you the best of weekends and try to have some fun. See you next time. Thanks.